Welcome to the stream, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Halloween. Today we're going to be hunting Shiny Phantump. So let me head up over to this outbreak. And they are allowing multi-streaming on Twitch. So I'm actually streaming to Twitch right now as well. So we'll see how today goes. Alright, let me head over to this Phantump. Yo, what is up, Ada? Great to see you. Happy Halloween. I'm gonna do a quick hunt here. I didn't do any outbreaks during this entire event. I've been so busy. I don't... Both. All of the above. I was trying to just go for a cat in general. Oh wait, is this it? Maybe these are a part of it. Wait, is it inside the cave? Here, let me look. It'd be crazy if it's inside this cave. Oh wait, no. Never mind. I haven't really played in a while. Or it feels like forever at least. It's probably more like just a couple days. I understand. You got some shinies though? Alright, let me knock out some of these Phantump and then I'll make a sandwich once we get 60 knocked out. Yo, what's up, Curbs? Welcome to stream, buddy. Good morning. Or maybe it's good afternoon, I don't know. Hope everything is well, buddy. You got Phantump, that's awesome. Yo, what's up, Chimchar? Great to see you, bud. Always a pleasure. I love this shiny. And I would love to get one with the Halloween date on it. I mean, it'd be cool to get a crafty mark, but I'm more interested in just getting a shiny. Is anyone doing anything fun tonight if you're still on Halloween? Just working on getting some of these Phantump knocked out, Chimchar. Didn't find any other shinies. I think the odds were broken because of the event. Oh, interesting. You have so many shiny outbreak mons. Did you hunt all the ghosts? Good morning. So it is morning out there. That makes sense. Alright. Yeah, we're just kind of knocking out Phantump to start out the stream. Let's see. Alright. We got 30. Hey, Librarian Vibes. Welcome to the stream. If you're watching on YouTube, definitely hit the like button. It will help my content reach a wider audience here on the platform. But I am actually streaming to Twitch and YouTube at the same time, currently. They actually allowed it. They allowed it on recently it's like new on Twitch, you're allowed to multicast to it. You have a level 95 shiny Phantump? That's pretty epic. You were giving out candy, but you stopped because you had some Teen Shop Twitch already wanting more and more candy. That's hilarious. I mean, maybe you had some good candy. You're working and lurking. Happy Halloween. Thanks for tuning in. You like my costume? Does it make you want to eat French fries? Yeah, honestly, my costume that last short was... I was wildin' in it. I look like a straight up like furry or something. It's pretty great. Reese's Cups? I love Reese's Cups. Peanut butter and chocolate are the perfect combo. That's like my favorite thing to put on top of ice cream. Like crushed up Reese's Pieces or Reese's Cups. Can't go wrong. Seriously though, like Blizzards with Reese's Pieces in it, top tier. Gosh. That makes me want to get Dairy Queen. Or not Dairy Queen, or Baskin Robin or something. Are there even Dairy Queens out here? I don't even remember. Maybe somewhere. Somewhere there's probably a Dairy Queen. You had Arby's curly fries for dinner? I don't even remember the last time I ate at Arby's. It's been a while. I don't know if there's one nearby. Like, I know there is one, but it feels like... I can't even think of where it's at. Alright, so we got 60 knocked out here. I'm gonna make a ghost sandwich, or maybe I'll make grass. I mean, I might as well just do ghost. It's probably like the only ghost spawning here, right? Yeah, let's just do ghost sandwich. That's more fun. Plus we could jump from outbreak to outbreak if we get lucky. Alright, let me look at my sandwich guide here real quick. What's ghost again? Ghost is 2 red onion, okay. Wait, did I save? I'm pretty sure I did. I just like mindlessly do it. It's such a routine. I know I did it. Let me just check these real quick since I already reset the picnic. Maybe this could be a good picnic reset area. Because those all spawned in pretty fast. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, the red onion. These were frozen from the grocery store. Oh, so you bought them at the grocery store. Oh, that makes sense. Because, yeah, sometimes they do sell, like, their brand fries. Like, different companies. Alright. So let's get our 2 red onion. Then what should I use? We'll do bitter and spicy. Alright. Let's try our luck here. Thanks for tuning into the stream today, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a great Halloween. We'll be hanging out for a little bit. Let's lace up our peppers here. We'll put the onions last. Yeah, honestly, I would have never believed if you told me that I was going to be making sandwiches in a Pokemon game, how relevant it would have become. Like, this would be some side quest in the minds of, like, just the way you would hear about it, but it's, like, legitimately become one of the main things I do in this game. You're having trouble with the ladder. Are you playing VGC right now? Doubles ladder in the game. Are you trying to hit Master Ball tier? Alright, let's try our first sandwich here to get a Phantump shiny. What rank are you currently, Chimchar? And what was the team that you're running? There we go, we got our ghost power. Yeah, we made Sword and Shield. There's like a way to actually get a shiny Pokemon by making curry, but it's like so rare. It's actually kind of an insane hunt. I've never gotten a Pokemon to show up in my camp in Sword and Shield, but there's apparently a way to do it. And there's a chance for that Pokemon that shows up to be a shiny. And it can have a mark on it called the curry mark. I've actually considered doing a hunt like that. That would be really fun. I mean, it probably wouldn't be that fun, but getting the shiny or getting a Pokemon through that method would be really cool. Yeah, I think I might actually just picnic reset here. It looks like they spawn in kind of fast. Great Ball 1. Oh, I see. What's the team that you're running? Is it a team that you made? Or are you using someone's rental code? Because it might be, if it's a team you made, it could be potentially... Maybe it just needs like a look at. If it's a rental team, then maybe you can like show it to me. And I can see like what the team is. It's a team you made? Perfect. If you have like the Poke Paste, maybe you can like share it with me or something. I mean, I don't know how much I can help, like I can like look at it. But I can give a more in-depth look at it later when I have more time. But for the most part, I could probably just look at it and kind of get a general idea what your team is doing. It's probably something that you just need to adjust. Because team building is... I would recommend if you're just trying to hit Master Ball is to use rental teams. And if team building... Like, team building requires a lot of, like, adaptation, too. Like, if something's not working on your team... if you're struggling, you should be able to kind of, to a degree, know what are the Pokemon that you're struggling with, right? And it's like, does your team have an answer for these Pokemon? I typically like to put my teams into team weakness and resistance sheets to make sure that my team is not weak. I typically don't like to have more than 2 Pokemon weak to a type. So I will, if I have 2 Pokemon weak to water, I will not add another Pokemon to my team that can't take a water hit. Like maybe a bunch of neutral hits on my team, but typically if I'm trying to build around a Pokemon, the first Pokemon I'll add to my team to complement the Pokemon that I want to actually use is a Pokemon that resists or is immune to all of the weaknesses of the Pokemon that I want to build around. That's usually where I build, like I usually try to build an initial core of 3 Pokemon that synergize really well together, so they can kind of like play off each other's weaknesses and strengths. And then from there, I'll just kind of like add complementary picks to the team. Like maybe there's a theme at that point that makes sense. Or like, oh, maybe I need a support Pokemon, like a Follow Me user, or a Moongus, or a Tailwind setter. Okay, I see you showed the paste. So I'm just giving you like generic advice. But VGC is definitely not easy. But it's a lot of fun. Oh wow, this looks very fun. This is spicy. Yeah, I mean, right off the bat, well, let me like make your page a little bit smaller so I can look at it at one glance. So, it is kind of interesting. Chandelier is very spicy on your team, by the way. I like the idea of using Arcanine, Clefairy, Rillaboom, Mimikyu. The grass Ogerpon is kind of a spicy pick, I would say. I would rather run a Moongus, I feel like, instead of running grass Ogerpon, personally. But I would maybe go for a different variant of Ogerpon. Personally, I'm a big fan of the water one, and I built one that's bulked out. I like water absorb, but then again, your team isn't like... I mean, I guess your team could be weak to certain Pokemon. Like, Dreadnought could probably, like, tear through this team. Not that Dreadnought sees a lot of play these days. There's other... people using, like, Basket Legion for the rain teams. Also, I wouldn't run Choice Scarf Arcanine. I just realized you're running Choice Scarf Arcanine. A good way to play Arcanine, most people play it bulky. As like a... like, it's still really strong. It can hit really hard with like a Flare Blitz. But a lot of people run it with like Will-O-Wisp. Maybe even like Howl sometimes to like buff up your other physical attackers. Like you have a Mimikyu in your team, maybe you can use Howl next to it. You typically don't want to just go like max attack and max speed on Arcanine. It's not really necessary. Because a lot of times you want to just like switch in and out with Arcanine. Because of Intimidate, it's like such a good ability to help lower the attack on the field. And if you've noticed, the Hisuian Arcanine has actually been one of the more common forms of Arcanine that have been used in the last Regulation E. I think it's actually better, personally, having Stab, Rock, and Fire. I mean, I personally, if I was... it seems like it'd be worse because of its, like, typing, but because of Terastallizing, it's pretty much the same, if not better, than regular Arcanine. Like, if you're gonna Terastallize into a water... like, okay, so you're a Terra Fire, so you're like a fully offensive Arcanine. I mean, I guess you could play around that, but personally I don't feel like Choice Scarf and Arcanine work well together. I just feel like Arcanine has the potential to be more of a support Pokemon that you can bulk out and pivot out more. The problem with this team too is you don't really have any form of speed control. So you have these Pokemon that are all kind of like, not the fastest Pokemon, but not the slowest Pokemon. And you have no way to set up Trick Room, from what I've seen, and you have no Tailwind. Sorry, I'm just looking at this, at Chimchar's Pokepace, if you're wondering what I'm talking about. If you're watching, you're like, what is he talking about? He shared his Pokepace for his VGC team, and I'm just giving him, like, feedback on how he can improve it. Like, as someone who plays and hits... Master Ball is, like, not even... I wouldn't even... it's, like, not really a challenge for me, personally. But it's something that I love to share knowledge with in the game, because I love VGC. I think it's a lot of fun. And honestly, this past game, like the VGC 2023 and 24 cycle, it's been very popular. Like, people have been getting really good at the game. The skill level of players online have... It's really impressive. I mean, I'd say I'm like definitely above average player. My best run in a regional tournament has been 6-3. I almost got day 2 at an international this past year, but a little unlucky on my last match. Definitely had play, but my opponent made some really great calls. You know, and that's a part of the game too, is are they going to make the safe play? Are they going to make a risky call? Are they going to predict my play? It's a tough one. I could give you... once I'm not shiny hunting Chimchar, I could give you some recommended EV spreads. I have some for sure. Like, I could probably even just share my Arcanine build that I use. But I build mine out more defensive in general. I think it's like, if I remember correctly, it's like careful nature, or maybe even like impish, I don't remember. Maybe, no, it's probably jolly still, actually, now that I think about it. It's probably jolly natured still. So jolly's probably fine on Arcanine. It's more so thinking like, how can you get more value out of Arcanine? Like, you're still going to be able to smack people with a hard-hitting Flare Blitz. But you don't really need to go max speed. You don't need to go max attack. You just need a little bit of speed investment to outspeed certain things that you want to burn and, you know, make sure you like outpace them. But yeah, Arcanine's a great pick. I mean, your team definitely has good picks on it. It's just that they can be min-maxed a little bit better. Like some of the items could change and the EV spreads could be moved around to make them... Like some of these Pokemon would benefit more to live a hit than just instantly die and try to do as much damage. Because they're not going to be able to one-shot most things in the meta realistically. So you're just in a better scenario if you're built with bulk. And then you have to also take into consideration you might Terra, which your Arcanine currently has a Fire Terra. I would change that to Water or Grass. If you're going to use the Cantonian Arcanine, I could see either working. I mean, you could even go the route of like Terra Normal with extreme speed. I mean, that's spicy, but like, say you went for Howl with your Arcanine, which raises the attack of you and your partner on the field, and then you go for Terra Normal extreme speeds. You know, it could be kind of cool. It could catch people off guard on the ladder, because you're deviating from a normal set. But it also is one that gives you a little more defensive options too, because, you know, you remove your weaknesses, which if someone throws Water move or Rock move at you, or Ground move, you'll be Terra Normal, so it'll be neutral. And typically fighting moves, unless it's like Como-O, it seems like most of them are physical in the format. I'm trying to think, I'm sure there's some that I'm not thinking of. The occasional like Focus Blast, but... yeah, and you have Intimidate for that, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm just not a fan of just going straight Terra, the same... Actually, I just realized all your Pokemon are like that. Like your Clefairy's Terra Fairy, your Rillaboom is Terra Grass, Mimikyu's Terra Ghost. Yeah, these are all things that you could actually change to be... You know, some of them would make sense if you wanted like Terra the same type to get an attack bonus. Like Wood Hammer, Terra Grass, Rillaboom is a threat, like, I could see that. But if I was you, I'd almost go, your Assault Vest, I would go Fire Terra. Like, Fire Terra would be good here. But then again, that creates a problem because you have Chandelure and Arcanine on your team. So you're creating like a... Like, these are things you have to consider when you're making a team and picking Terra types, is if you Terra Fire, then you have 3 Pokemon that are weak to Ground, and Rock, and Water. What's up, Not So Epic Gamer? Alright, so far no luck. I actually wanted to do some more VGC, but the cycle resets tomorrow. Probably sometime later, it's a week or something, I'll do some battles for the new season. Hey Teriyaki, Doc, Dole. How's it going? Welcome to stream. Dude, what is that? It looks wild. Yeah, I've been mainly posting to my YouTube channel. I've been trying to push for Legend this season. I've been posting some of my teams and such. But mainly just on YouTube. I'll do streams on my YouTube also. I only caught a Shiny Misdreavus so far during this Halloween event in Pokemon Go. Happy with Mega Banette? Wait. What are you happy? Wait, I'm confused. Am I happy with it? Is that what you're asking? For the Mega Evolution? I'm pretty sure Mega Bennett was already out. Since last year. Or maybe it was the year before even. Miss Drivis is a good one. I mean, it looks great. I wish they brought Fluttermane randomly, just for the Halloween event. That would have been sick. But then that thing would probably be everywhere. In, like, in GBL, excuse me. No, I'm pretty sure, because I already have a Mega Bennett that's the max Mega Evolution level. Yeah, I think it might have been last year. They didn't really introduce any new Mega Evolution this season. It is pretty sick. I mean, it's a creepy one too. If you think about, it's just kind of like a puppet, I guess. I mean, it's some like demonic puppet, like some abandoned kid's toy. So it's like taking it personal. It almost reminds me of like Nightmare Before Christmas when Jack becomes Santa Claus. And there's like the one toy that they give out. That's kind of what it reminds me of. There was this artist I used to follow back in the day on Tumblr who used to do Pokemon in the style of Tim Burton. That was really cool. Did you know that Tim Burton worked on Fox and the Hound? That was like one of his first films as an animator for Disney. It's so funny because you would not think like that movie, like that was like when he first got a job as an animator at Disney. He worked on that film. Which has, but you know, that was like way before he was a director and did his own stuff. That's kind of crazy, right? Yeah, that's awesome, Chimchar. I'll try to give you some more advice here in a bit. It's kind of hard to do, shiny hunting. Alright, so far no luck with Phantump here. Let's keep making a picnic. By the way, I have my shiny Darkrai in my party from Pokemon Go. Let me pull that out, actually. Darkrai actually looks pretty sick in this game. If you look at it, you can kind of see, it's kind of hard to see in this lighting, but you can actually see like the texture of the fabric of its cloak. It's kind of cool. Oh yeah, like even its head, it's kind of like a burlap sack. It reminds me of Oogie Boogie a little bit. I know that they're going to be doing another patch of DLC for Scarlet and Violet, but maybe we'll get some announcements for like Gen 10 or more likely like some spin-off game or like a remake of... Some people speculate Black and White are going to get remakes for the Switch. Some people think there's going to be a new like Let's Go. Some people think there's going to be a new Legends game based on Black and White era. Who knows? I don't think there's really any official announcements of anything I can think of. Just like DLC of this game. That's... Because this game technically is still unfinished, like, with what's actually going on, and why is it relevant? What are Paradox Pokemon? Why are they here? What do the Loyal 3 have to do with, like, anything? There's a whole rumored Pokemon that controls the Loyal 3, if you know the 3 new Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet. It's supposed to be some sort of like plum Pokemon. I mean, I guess I shouldn't like just dive into spoilers without a warning. also, it's not 100% confirmed that these are things, but there is actually, it's already in the game, a thing that we can see that people are speculating is what the Pokemon is. So it could be possible. Yeah, Phantump has a really cool shiny. So there's an outbreak event going on in the game right now. And I'm trying to get lucky and hopefully get a Phantump. It says it ends today, but I don't know if it when it means, like what time that would be. Would it be the time it normally ends events, like 5 p.m. like my time, or would it be all night for me? What is that thing with the axe hands? That's Cleavor. That's actually one of Scyther's evolution lines from the Hisui region. They do have that in Go. They had a raid day for that Pokemon. But yeah, even in this game, the Ursaluna Pokemon that they brought in Pokemon Go as well, there's a new version of it called Blood Moon Ursaluna. See, that's the way to play. I mean, I'm making videos on my main channel, and you know, I'm not forcing myself to play every day because I realistically can't right now. I'm like trying to make content on my other channels too, and with my jobs. But yeah, I mean, I've been having fun playing Go Battle League this season. That's the only reason why I'm making content for it. Rillaboom could be water or fire. A lot of times people like running Fire Terra because in the sun you can like take a fire move better, and then also you can prevent being burnt, which would hinder your physical attack. So I mean, it's up to you, but fire could be a good choice. Yeah, I like the Halloween Cup. I like the niche metas. I'm not a big fan of the open metas anymore. Back in the day, I was a huge fan of the open metas, and I didn't like the niche metas. But as time has gone on, it's reversed. So, for example, was it Sunshine Cup? Is that what it was called? I think so. That one I really enjoyed. I was running Chestnut with Munchlax, Safe Swap, and Mad Cargo in the back line. And I hit Veteran with that team. And then I've just been kind of like stuck in Veteran since. Like I've climbed all the way up to like 20, like almost 2700, and then I dropped down to like 2300 and climbed back up. I think I'm at like 20, like close to 2600 right now. Elo in Go Battle League. I haven't done my sets of the day yet, but it's very strange. Like some days I'll get like hard countered almost like every lead, and then other days I just get free wins. So I try to stay consistent with my team, even though it feels, there's just moments where I feel like, wow, like the current trend is like crushing my team or whatever. But then it like, you know, if I wait and I play my sets later in the day, it's like a completely different meta. Or if I change my team, sometimes I just see completely different, like, I was running Zwellius lead in Halloween Cup, and I saw Toxicroak leads almost like every match. So I switched my lead, and then I never saw Toxicroak again. It was so crazy. I was like, what is... I mean, it feels like that happens all the time. I have a funny video on my main channel about the algorithm. I try to, like, you know, it's like, yeah, it's annoying. But I mean, at the same time, it's Go Battle League. It's a best of one battle. There's no team preview. You're just being thrown into a match that you have to kind of figure out as you're playing it. And yeah, it's like you're gonna lose those matches sometimes. Yeah. It got harder, yeah. Honestly, people have gotten really good at Go Battle League. It's what I was saying about VGC and Scarlet Violet. People have gotten so much better that the competition is so much more difficult. Same with Go Battle League. It's like, holy smokes. I don't really mind if, like, I'm personally... I even said it in my last video on my Sassifrass channel. Like, I'm mainly just trying to make videos that help people and entertain at this point. Like, I can't be bothered to, like, play Go Battle League every day, but I do want to play when I'm enjoying it and push when I can. I mean, I'm gonna hit Legend this season. I doubt I won't. But until I do, it's always just like, I have to remind myself that if I'm not having fun, then stop playing. And that's typically how I've been able to enjoy myself navigating through it again. Because I've been playing that game since Season 1. I took the last 2 seasons off of playing Go Battle League because I just got to a breaking point where I was like, this game is so stale, doesn't work right. Every Pokemon that's good is either like behind a paywall or some event that you had to pay for and grind for a day. Or it's like something that you have to grind. It's like you have to grind it for that day, or it's like otherwise it takes you weeks or months to grind. Or you have to like cheat to grind it with like a rocker or whatever. It's like, Jesus. Honestly, in general, I feel like this is like a theme against all Pokemon games, is that there's so much cheating that's almost like rampant in the Pokemon community. And I'm not gonna sit here and act like it matters that much. Like, personally, it's almost based to cheat in a way. Like, I'm not gonna deny that like people are saving themselves a hell of a lot of time. Like, I don't have a card bank, and I'm not gonna hate on people for having it, because it was just a GoFest feature. If you play GoFest, I'm sure you got your card bank relatively easily. But yeah, that's a Pokemon that is gonna be annoying to get otherwise. And it's like so good in Go Battle League. It has no business being that good. It's kind of hilarious that they always like pick these Pokemon that are exclusive to become meta relevant. Like whenever they brought Buzzwole in. Oh my gosh, yeah, don't even remind me. I mean, it's a good incentive for people to want to play these events, for sure. Like, you get, like, almost, like, rewarded for being a part of the event. You get a little bit of a... I'm not saying, like, you're gonna just win battles if you run a card bank on your team. But, like, if you look at it in relation to the meta, it's kind of insane that it's, like, that meta relevant. Like, that thing will probably be played at tournaments, for sure. If I'm not mistaken, I saw Caleb Pang won a Southern California local recently, just sweeping with Carbink. Yeah, that's true. Like, giving... I mean, like, Clodsire could have been a cool Pokemon. But it could have been over-centralizing, too, to be fair. Yeah, what's up? It's John 8. They're doing that community day coming up this weekend. For Clodsire in Pokemon Go. And I think, if I remember correctly, I don't remember the exact moveset, but I saw people talking about how it's like dead in the water with the moveset they picked. But I also saw people saying that if it was any better, then it might have become more centralizing than how Medicham is currently in Great League. Like, Medicham has been the center stage of Pokemon Great League, Pokemon Go Great League, since the beginning, dude. Like, there was even a point where you had to rebuild a Medicham because the one that you had wasn't XL anymore. Like, whenever they introduced XL candy, like, originally you needed like a Hundo Medicham for Great League. Perfect IV 1. And then whenever XL came in, they added the 10 levels. You had to throw that one out the window because the XL one bulked up so much higher that it was just because you had more HP and defense, you ended up living more attacks and then outputting more damage consequently due to you living. So, and it's not cheap to build an XL Pokemon. It doesn't matter if it's being used for Great League, it's still level like 40 to 50 Pokemon. Alright, I have the software set. Hey Kimberly, welcome to the stream. Used to use Scarm A9 in Medicham. He OP, yeah. I mean, there's Pokemon that have fallen, like, Oz and Meryl used to be pretty centralizing, actually, to be fair. But they've done a good job of, like, introducing Pokemon that help levy that, you know, like, Toxapeck, Tentacruel. Thanks, It's John. Appreciate that, bro. Shout out to my homie, It's John. Go give him some love on his YouTube channel. Thanks for tuning in today. Alright, let me make another sandwich. You thought I was stream decor? No, I'm dressed up as... I'm French fries right now. Alright. I gotta make another ghost sandwich here. Honestly, this does make me kind of hungry. Happy Halloween, everyone. Hope you're all having a great Tuesday or Wednesday morning. Wherever you are. Just throw my peppers on the sandwich. Don't mind me. Hopefully we can get our Phantump shiny. It's a really cool one. Trevenant is one of the best shinies, for sure. I appreciate that, Kimberly. I'm glad that you're enjoying the shorts I've been posting. Appreciate the support. For all you watching on Twitch, I did a little mini series on my YouTube channel called Daily Sassifrass, where I did short form content for 5 days, where I discussed 5 different ghost Pokemon that were really scary in the Pokemon universe. Did a little countdown, pretty much like a top 5, one each day. It was fun. Trying to do try something new. Ooh, it's raining. Alright, so no shinies it looks like. I'll have to... I think picnicking is okay here. Got a little chatty here, but that's good. No. Yeah, I am a Pokemon... I feel like I'm a walking Pokemon encyclopedia to a degree. Like, not perfect, but I've been playing since Red and Blue. And I play a lot of the games competitively on a high level. Like, I'm not just a casual battler. But I also just love chilling and, like, shiny hunting. Great to have you. Would I be a ghost type? No, I think I would be a bug type trainer. If I would lived in the Pokemon world, bug types all the way. I've always been a big fan of Fortress and Scizor in Gen 2, Beedrill Gen 1. Gen 3 Masquerain is just amazing. I mean, one of the best bugs ever made. I love Frostmoth too in the Galar region. I'm a big bug. I love bug Pokemon. Wormadam Trash. Like the team I'm actually running in Halloween Cup is Wellius with Fortress in Wormadam Trash. That's the main one I've been running, but I've been thinking It's kind of hard because every time I get to 2600 or 2700 elo range, I get hard countered by like Toxicroak leads every time. Yeah, I mean, Crustal's awesome. Golisopod is an awesome Pokemon also. Like there's some pretty decent ones that are good competitively. Like Golisopod and Sword and Shield actually almost like performed really good at Worlds. Not last year, but the year before when it was still Sword and Shield. There's actually a big controversy about a trainer. The only reason why he had lost the match, he was running a Golisopod team. The only reason why he lost was because his game got disconnected, which gave him a game loss. So that was the only reason why he lost. He was actually in a really good position to win the match because if you know anything about Sword and Shield, Dynamax, meta, especially towards the end, it was a very weathers-oriented format with like Kyogre and Groudon teams being very popular. And Golisopod's a very unique Pokemon that can actually resist both of their stab moves. It resists water moves and ground moves, being a bug type. So it's actually, and it can like take fire moves better, being water bug. So it's actually such a cool pick, and it was like really unfortunate that that trainer got kind of done dirty like that, because they actually could have probably done, I mean, it was like the perfect anti-meta pick for the tournament. It was like one of those it was almost like Pachirisu level of, it was just a good decision. Like, it was a very strange pick, it seems, when you look at it, but when you really realize what it's doing on the team, it's like, holy smokes, this is a great pivot Pokemon. And it can just, like, take hits from these very common picks, which you can almost assume you're gonna see them. It's almost like when people, like in Scarlet Violet, like one of the more popular Pokemon that get play is Fluttermane. So running something, like typically if you're going to make a team, you want answers for Fluttermane. It's just such an over-centralized Pokemon in the meta. Even if it's not like, I don't think it's like broke, it's just really freaking good. Like there's definitely, it's so frail, there's ways to deal with it, but if you don't have a team that can answer it, then you're just asking to lose in a major tournament. It's like little things like that. Like, it's hard to make the perfect Pokemon team, I guess, honestly. But sometimes you just gotta make a meta call. Maybe the real hunting should... Welcome to the stream, great to have you here. The friends made along the way. You're running Scizor? That's awesome. Scizor's an awesome Pokemon. What moveset did you run on it? Wait, you're running Butterfree? Ditto, Raichu, Persian, Poltergeist in the game? Not meta though. Those are cool Pokemon. I used to run Shadow Persian a lot in Go Battle League for the memes. Maybe we'll bring it back at some point this season. Like back in the day, I used the Elite TM on my Shadow Persian. I can't remember what move it was for. Was it Foul Play? Maybe it was Night Slash. I think it was Night Slash. Why do I love shiny Pokemon so much? I think it's primarily because of like the way that you get a shiny Pokemon. If you've ever found a shiny Pokemon in a Pokemon game, the feeling you get when you find one, accidental or intentional, is so memorable and unique to this franchise that it's just something that I've enjoyed doing, and it's like a challenge to try to get a living dex of the shiny Pokemon. So yeah, I mean, for the most part, I think it's just, I love Pokemon overall, and shiny Pokemon are kind of like a subtle flex for me, being a collector and a battler. Fake Out is awesome, yo. Bug Bite, Bullet Punch, Close Combat, Protect, Life Orb. Clear Amulet is actually kind of a dope item. I'd run that a lot on my Garchomp, but it's so good on physical attackers with like all the Intimidate users. You killed your first shiny TNT, no Pokeballs. Was it a Voltorb? Fake Out is an amazing move, by the way. Like I'll run Pikachu. Like you could run a Pikachu on a team purely because it gets Fake Out. That's why Alolan Persian actually kind of interesting. It might be good. Like maybe not good, but it might be able to like. You might be able to run it for fun. Make like a gimmick team. Alolan Persian would be a pretty cool one. You laid hand, scissor, and punch, and so they lead Lando and definitely cause probs. Yeah. That makes sense. Just like get rid of the Landorus right away. Landorus honestly wasn't as big of a threat in this game as I thought it would be. I think it's because there's things like Iron Bundle that exist in the meta still. Iron Bundle is insane. That's one I never really used much, but when I started using it, I was like, dang, I wish I built around that Pokemon more. You can do some shenanigans with even running Encore on it. Encore is such a good move. It can really punish. I've been punished many times not playing around it effectively. Sableye being a contender of using it as well. Back in the original Gold Silver day, Geodude was a weird color, thought the game was bugged until I learned about it shinies because of Gyarados. Yo, that's crazy. That's so cool. My first shiny I ever got in a game was in Diamond, breeding Masuda Method Skorupi. That was my very first shiny. Because I never found one ever playing through the games, and I didn't even know what they were, and then when I read about, I think Masuda Method was new in Gen 4. So I read about it on the internet and I was like playing on my DS, like, I didn't even know if I was doing anything right, but if you breed with a foreign that's what you, the Masuda Method is when you breed with a foreign Pokemon. So if I have a Ditto that's from Japan, for example, and I breed it with one of my English-speaking Pokemon, or whatever, then there's a higher odds of getting a shiny Pokemon. You have a spider Pokemon too, the Ariados. It's a good one. It's such a cool shiny. I hunted this one at the beginning of the DLC because it's one of my favorite bug Pokemon shinies. Yeah, but pretty much shinies, Pokemon shinies are, I mean, the thing is, I've been thinking about making a video about this topic actually, about like trading in Pokemon games, because I personally find it really hard to want to trade with people these days, because I feel like a lot of times there aren't a lot of legitimate Pokemon that are actually being traded around. And, you know, I'm not like sitting here to like I've said my piece before about how I feel about gen Pokemon and such, but it's not my fight. Like, I'm not out here like, I don't care if you gen your Pokemon, honestly. I don't care at all. But I don't want your gen Pokemon. And it honestly feels like trading in these games has been affected tremendously due to the fact that a lot of the GTS and surprise trades are just riddled with like gen or fake Pokemon. Like, I guess they're not fake, that's not true. They're hacked or whatever. Like perfect IV shinies, blah blah blah. And it's like, I don't know, I just want to like get a crappy IV, bad nature shiny from someone. You know, like trade for trade. I don't know, it just feels like trading is dead in these games, because it's like, there's people just go to Blaine's or like some like YouTuber like that. He does distributions of like perfect IV shinies. And it's like, why would they even try to like... And it's like, again, shiny hunting has gotten so much easier in the current games, but I don't think like, I don't know, no one has to do it, right? it's not important to do it or play the game however you want to. It's your investment. But I'm just saying from a viewpoint of being someone that would like isn't trading supposed to be a big part of these games, but it feels more like gimme, 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 gimme anymore. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like old. But I mean, it's always kind of been like Game Shark though, let's be real. Like even back in the day, we used Game Sharks to just like put Mew in our games. All of that stuff. But is it fun? Like it's like fun for the novelty of like learning how technology works and like doing things like breaking a game for fun. But like in an actual ecosystem of playing a game where other people are playing legitimately, it just kind of devalues everything. I guess it's like the point. Yeah, I mean, like, the thing is, when people gen Pokemon into competitive Pokemon, they're not different than other Pokemon. They're not, like, actually hacked stat-wise. Like, they're not stronger than other Pokemon. They're exactly the same. It's just that the time investment is gone entirely. Which, you know, is what it is. It's like one thing to, like, have a discussion about competitive Pokemon, but then it's like just talking about shiny hunting and shiny collecting and shiny trading in general is a different discussion. Because I feel like that's where you can kind of argue that like genning does kind of destroy a part of the community. Inti Wincy, that's a great name for the spider. All the adults play Pokemon, it's true though. It is like a boomer game. I mean, it's why the game's kind of stayed the same as long as it has. It really hasn't changed too much. Arceus is probably the most innovative Pokemon game they've made. But, I don't know, I'm not like... I like Pokemon Legends Arceus, and I do like Scarlet and Violet. Like, I legitimately think this is a pretty good Pokemon game, even though the graphics and frame rates and such are terrible. Like, I feel like what they were trying to do here had so much potential, and for whatever reason, it just didn't reach its full potential. Personally, I feel like it's kind of hard to, like, rate each experience of generation. Because I've experienced every generation of Pokemon as they've come out. I'm thinking, like, X and Y might have been the most hype era that I can remember. Whenever Mega Evolution came out, and whenever they made Alpha Ruby and Omega Sapphire, like, those remakes are... Or no, it's Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, sorry, I completely misspoke. Those remakes are examples of how to make a good remake. They added story, they added new content for the current generation. It actually became a part of the VGC cycle, was Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. They added completely new content in a game. They pretty much made it X and Y too, but they made it based in Hoenn. It was amazing. It was it had to be probably the most hype era of Pokemon. And I'm not even like a person that sits here and like romanticizes Mega Evolution, because someone who plays from a competitive perspective, it was pretty broke in VGC. Like, it was legitimately kind of broke. They had to change Pokemon. They literally changed Pokemon due to how broke they were in the next, like, installments. I like Sapphire. Yeah, I like 8-bit a lot, honestly. I'm a big fan of the 8-bit style. Or at least, like, the 3DS era of Pokemon was probably, like, peak, in my opinion. Because this stuff is, like, not much better than that. Like, it's like, there's not really any personality or emotion in these characters. There's no voice acting. The game just feels like it's trying to do too much that it can't. It's weird. No problem, Kimberly. You are famous here for sure. Just hanging out. Appreciate your support. Yeah, I don't think, like, a lot of these, the thing about 3D is a lot of it feels lifeless at times. The Pokemon Snap game that came out on the Switch was kind of insane how good it looked. Yeah, they can't achieve these levels of quality in the main games. But, you know, like I said, I'm used to playing, like, when I think about Pokemon, I played on a Game Boy. And I loved it. Like, I loved Pokemon Blue as a kid. When I played Pokemon Yellow when it came out, like, that was hype too. And Gold and Silver when they came out when I was a kid, that was like mind-blowing to think there's another. Honestly, Gold and Silver was a pretty nice step up from Red and Blue. I mean, like, granted, there's people that look back on it now and they criticize the generation because they're like, oh, the good Johtonian Pokemon aren't even obtainable until post-game. You know, like, yeah, interesting, right? But honestly, at the time, just like the exploration, how like new everything was, I feel like nowadays everything just gets spoiled so fast. Like, people are driven by content creation to a point where it's like almost like corrosive to the entire like industry. Like, I try to like I'm, you know, I try to cover certain aspects of the games, you know, I'm not sitting here like posting like religiously, but yeah, I feel like nowadays, oops, accidentally saved, that's not good. I better get a shiny or I'm gonna waste it. That's fine. I deserve that. But yeah, I feel like in a way, what I'm trying to say is, like, it's just a different time that we live in. Like, everything's spoiled before. You have to almost like race through things. You can't just enjoy it for what it is. You have expectations for it. I mean, there were still expectations when I was a kid playing games as they came out, but it's more so that nowadays it just feels like the expectations almost ruin the end product before it even gets there. Take care, Kimberly. Have a great Halloween. Sarah B. The unlit screen on the Game Boy. I used to have one of those like worm lights that you put on the side, the accessories that light up. You mean like the paradox forms? Or the evolutions? There's some weird evolutions, yeah, like you have to walk them for a while. Take them on a long walk. Give them a speaking to. It is true. That is actually a great point, is that it's like the games have kind of like lost the plot in a way. Like, they know people are gonna figure out something and try to make content, or like there's gonna be some guide or answer on the internet for it. So things could be like more hidden, which is arguably bad game design, but yeah, I mean, even like the original game, like Blue and Red, they were pretty cryptic. They didn't really tell you what to do, but everyone figured it out, you know? Like, people played and understood. I mean, I was like 10 years old when Pokemon Blue came out. You know, it's like, I didn't have any trouble beating that game at all as a kid. And it was definitely a challenge. I still remember, like, vividly. That was definitely a core memory as a kid of mine. Getting Pokemon Blue for the Game Boy. One of the, like, pivotal moments in my, like, gaming hobby. Just, like, enjoying the franchise. Are you kidding me? Okay, that's not what I was hunting, but I'll take it. Random shiny Ponyard. Oh my gosh. I mean, I'll take it, I suppose. I don't think I have this shiny. I know I have King Gambit. I think I have a... Maybe, I don't know if I have the Bisharp anymore. I think I evolved it. Yeah, I have... My whole party, I think, is full of shinies right now. I have so many shinies in this game. Not the brag or anything. Maybe I should switch into my Cleavor. Yeah. I'm gonna switch into my Cleavor and go for False Swipe. Yeah, it's true. Not all the shinies are better. That's a good point. Some are kind of lame, or they don't make much of a difference. Happy Halloween, everybody. At least we got a shiny on Halloween. That's kind of cool. Yeah, Aridos and Spinarak are really, really cool shiny Pokemon. Dang, that does like nothing. Oh, it's using Iron Defense. I just realized. I wasn't even paying attention. I'm like, why is it... I know it's resisted, but I was like, whoa. I'm just gonna try my luck. Okay, I caught it. Alright, we got a shiny Ponyard. That's pretty sick. I don't have this one. I know I don't. And I accidentally saved because I was just like chatting. So, guess it all worked out. I got a shiny Pokemon I don't have. Even though I wasted my Herba. I was probably going to save if I caught that. And that was destiny. The game was pretty much telling me, it's okay. Let's see, does it have a mark? Uncommon mark. Alright, let's keep... Here, I'll save again. Yeah, this Phantump's actually... elusive, yo. I was trying to just do a picnic reset, but I don't know. When I started running around, I found that, so... Where are they? Yeah, I mean, Phantump is such a cool shiny. I want to get one with a... I mean, it'd be cool to get the crafty mark on it, but that's not my goal today. I just want to get a shiny Phantump on Halloween. Zephyr was the best. Hunting Chomeko on the Ghost Mountain. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool if it got evolution. There's definitely a lot of Pokemon. I mean, it's kind of like... The fact they gave, like, the Dunsparce to Dunsparce is kind of cool. I mean, honestly, Chimecho and Chingling have gotten a lot of love in the Switch. Like, they've been in a lot of the games. It almost makes you wonder why. Maybe they are gonna give it some third evolution down the line, or like a alternate evolution. Not that, like, every Pokemon needs to be relevant in any way, like, meta-wise, but it is cool to see some Pokemon get some love. Like, I don't care if Love Disc ever becomes relevant. It would be kind of funny to try to use a Love Disc and try to beat someone with a team using a Love Disc. Might be an interesting challenge to on-take for myself. Alright, we have like 4.5 minutes left in this sandwich. Yeah, that's a big discussion in the community. How are they not related? Maybe they are somehow, but maybe similar to like Diancie and Carbink, where they're not like evolutions, but they're like related in some sense. Dang. Come on, Phantump. Phantump is a pretty cool Pokemon, though. I mean, look at that thing. Dang. It's almost been about... This will be my second sandwich. About to end. Hopefully we get it here. Still got like 3 minutes. There's always time to get it. We got a random Poniard, which is not what we're hunting, but always welcome. To be honest, it doesn't even matter if I wasted Herba Mystica because the season ends and I get Herba Mystica for hitting Master Ball tier on the ladder. They're pretty generous with it typically. They give you like 5 of a type, so I don't really care. Like I said, I got the Poniard also. So perfect time to waste. Now, what would top this off is if I just got a shiny Phantump on top of it, just to seal the deal. I already knocked out 60 in this outbreak. So yeah, trying our best. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm working on my film still. My Whiskey Child project. I'm hoping to finish it. It'll be done next year sometime for sure, but I'm hoping it to be the first half of the year. It just takes a long time. I've been really stepping up my content creation on YouTube for my... I have 3 channels I've been posting to. My main channel, which is Sassifrass, which is just Pokemon Go PvP for the most part. My daily Sassifrass, which is streaming. It's like a variety of like just Pokemon, like shiny hunting and Terra Raid guides. Then I have my VGC channel, which I've started to post to more consistently, which has actually been insane because I have like 80, maybe like 82 subscribers on that channel. I can't remember, but a couple of my videos have been getting like close to 1,000 views. I was like, holy smokes, like jeez. It's kind of crazy how popular VGC has gotten. So like yeah, for me to get like that type of viewership with like my viewers, with my videos, with having that amount of subs is kind of crazy. It's definitely been good for my watch time on that channel. Like it's my 3rd channel, like, but my 2 other channels are already above 1,000. I think my main one is like 1,300 something ish now subs. The daily one is around 1. I can't remember actually at all. I know it's above 1,000 now. I honestly can't remember what it's at. Like I used to like now that I've hit 1,000, it's like I'm trying to mainly focus on posting when I think there's something I actually care about doing. I think it's important to definitely, like, I love Pokemon, so it's not hard for me to make Pokemon content at all. It's just I'm also busy with other things, like my film, like I just said. Yeah, definitely trying to focus a lot on a lot of variety. It's a lot to take on, honestly, but it feels like it's been paying off more lately, which I'm happy to say. Alright, I'm gonna make another sandwich here. And we're gonna try our luck. Wait, hold on, I might have to feed my cat real quick. Yeah, actually, real quick, let me give my cat her dinner, and then I'll make this sandwich. So real quick, I'm gonna throw up the be right back screen, and then I'll be right back. Thank you again for your patience, and if you're watching on YouTube right now, definitely hit the like button. It does help my content reach a wide audience here on YouTube. Happy Halloween. I hope you're all having a great time. I got a shiny Poniard on my last sandwich, so I'm pretty happy about that. Still trying to get that Phantump shiny, but I have to feed my cat real quick. I just realized, like, she's probably down there waiting for me. Be right back in a second.
Me now.
Now we aren't strangers, are we?
Hey Sass Squad, welcome back to the video. In today's video we're going to...
Sass.
Did you hear that? I'm going to be covering some battles that I did live on my Twitch stream with XL, Aloe, and Grimer. Ooh, what was that?
All male Sir P, now the third, Duke of Uranus Dealing lineage heir to the throne of Ureta.
Where are you at, P-Mouth? Where am I at?
Sass,
how do I get out of here?
You cannot escape. I am in control now.
What?
You will farm XL candy
P-Mouth?
until you die.
P-Mouth, what are you doing? How did you do this, P-Mouth?
Power of nostalgia, you fool.
Are you at least tell them to like, comment, and subscribe, P-Mouth?
No.
I can't get out! How did I get in here?
Alright, let's watch me kick some.
How did I get in here? Hey Sass Squad, welcome back to the video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about XL Candy.
Sass.
P-Mouth? What are you doing here? Great League is out of rotation.
You can't do this, Sass.
What?
What about me? What about me now?
But P-Mouth, this is a hot topic in the community right now.
This fool. Doesn't he see the implications by making this video? I can't listen to this bullshit. I need to go somewhere and plan a different route.
Wait, what? Where did... Alright, I guess that solves that. I have to play this last battle with P-Mouth, right?
Sass. Lie, Sass. Lie. You abandoned me. Sass. You coward. Am I just a mere distraction from the responsibilities of life? Who is to blame for my existence? John Naked, your pioneering in the AR field is an abomination.
I'm here in the gardens of Eden. This is so great. It's like I'm actually here, Don. Welcome. This is amazing.
You did this. You created me. This horrendous life I must now live.
So, I think we played the final battle with P-Mouth. At least.
And for that, I cannot forgive you. What?
And if we can win with P-Mouth, even more legendary. I know it's been a while, I know I've kind of abandoned you.
Yes, you did,
but
no buts.
Hey Sass Squad, welcome back to the video. In today's video... Why can't I just get this right?
I've got something that can help.
P-Mouth, not now.
No, seriously, hear me out. Stop being a man-child. What could you possibly lose?
I'm not a man-child.
Anyways, I gotta hit up my uncle.
What did you just say? No, I can't hear you with that noise.
Let's just say, it's Muck spelt backwards.
Hello?
Uncle, we need some of the stuff.
Yes, for sure. You know I got your nephew.
I'm gonna need a little more this time, cause Sass wants.
Wait a second. That little boy ain't strong enough for this boy.
Trust me, Uncle.
No means no, boy.
You never said no.
Okay, fine. I'll be over shortly.
Okay, Sass. Things should be good.
What's going on?
Let me in, mother.
Why am I neglected and left in the cold? Has Sass moved on from me?
Alright, I'm back. You like that? Good times. Good old P-Mal. That's the name of that Element Grimer. He's a crass character. Yeah, those were some of my intros to some of my Go Battle League videos. There was one time I hit Legend with double... I was running the Alolan Muck and Alolan Grimer in the Kanto Cup, I think it was. And I hit Legend with that team, so I made that video where... I don't know, that video for my Be Right Back stream is actually a compilation of all the skits of this character that's... It's like scattered throughout different videos on my main channel. You always thought it was mustard. I mean, it could be. I'd like to think that it's not anything but the best, you know, it's like potpourri or something. But yeah, it's a wild looking Pokemon. To be honest, I don't even know why it became a thing. Like, when I used to stream very consistently on Twitch, doing Go Battle League content, it was birthed out of that era. I don't remember why. Like, I just was running Alolan Grimer a lot in the Great League. And it was just funny. And somehow it just became a thing. And then I just started filming this little skit with it. There's a whole compilation. That video is actually on my main channel if you want to watch it at some point. But yeah, I pretty much went through and found all the parts where P-Mouth, the Alolan Grimer, makes an appearance. And I'm just using like the Pokemon Go AR stuff to like film him in real life. And I'm like giving him an AI voice. Well, it's not an AI voice. I mean, technically it is, I guess. Like, it's a AI generated voice. But I was trying to go for like that Microsoft Sam kind of sound. Like the OG. Oh yeah, you know what I mean? I was cracking up when I made those, personally. I thought they were hilarious. Good times. I feel like I would enjoy to just make a really weird video like that in general. Just like fully weird. Like, not even giving any context to, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, people are there for the Go Battle League content, but I was trying to slip in like these little things, and like, I don't know if everyone, or if, I don't even know, do people like it? Who even knows to this day? Who knows? I don't. You think I would, being here on this side of it all? I'm confused also. It's just like the juxtaposition of everything sometimes is what makes things hilarious to me. It's like, I don't actually laugh at like pee and poop jokes really at all. Like, it's just the rare occasion where I felt like this just makes sense. So Phantump has been elusive. This is my third sandwich. And to no avail. We just started on this third one, so there's still a good chance. I don't know. I've been picnic resetting majority of the time, but maybe that's not the right way to do this hunt. Maybe I should just be like running around despawning the whole time. It might be more efficient. So yeah, I'm actually streaming on YouTube and... Wait! Oh my gosh! That's it! Isn't it? Oh, wait, no. Wait, isn't it? Yes! Oh my gosh, I found it like right away. Okay, perfect. Yo, we got it. Very nice. I kind of want to catch it in a timer ball. I feel like that'd be a really cool one to catch it in. Come on. Alright, we didn't catch it there. Yo, I agree. Phantump is such a cool one. Trevenant as well. Come on. Nothing. Honestly, Trevenant would be a cool Pokemon to try to build around for VGC. With Harvest, it could even be good on a Sun team because Harvest is more active. Isn't it like every turn in the Sun? At the end of every turn it gets activated, its berry. Or maybe it's just like a higher chance in Sun, I can't remember 100%, but it's a good... Leech Seed, Harvest, could be fun. Come on. I mean, I know, once it doesn't get the critical catch, we already know it didn't catch it. Dang, this thing is a menace. Yeah, Trev has fallen off a bit in the recent times, but I've seen it still get some valid use. Even in the Halloween Cup, I've seen it a bit. I still see it occasionally. Dang, this thing is not wanting to be caught, that's for sure. There's a really good... I'm gonna check to see if it has a crafty mark as well. Alright, we caught it. That's what we're trying to get in this stream, so I'm happy that we got one. Let me see if it has a mark. Why not, you know? Alright. Let's see, this is a... Bold Nature has no marks. But what are the IVs like? Alright, I mean, still really cool. I would, if I found one in the wild that had bad speed IV, that would be pretty wild. Let me save real quick. I am gonna actually try to get another one. At least for the rest of this sandwich. I'm not gonna... I don't think I'll make another sandwich after this one. This will be my last sandwich, which I have 25 minutes of, but I'm gonna try to get a second one. That way I can have a Trevenant as well. And if I get the second one, we'll evolve one of them here. So we can have both. But yeah, happy Halloween to everyone. I got a Poniard shiny today, got myself the little Phantump, excuse me. That was really cool. It's very subtle, but it was noticeable. I knew I would be able to notice it, it's just... It's still like... Kind of caught me off guard a little bit. I haven't found any of the new shinies in Go during the events. For Halloween, excuse me. I just got a Misdreavus so far. But I've been playing more casual during the event. I have been getting a decent amount of XL candy for my Drifblim. Either Drifblim for Ultra League or maybe even like a Drifblim for Great League. I love building like the little first stage Pokemon XL in Great League. It's so funny. And then you can start to do stuff like Drifloon and Drifblim team, because in Pokemon Go there's no restrictions on using a Pokemon from the same species line on a team. You could literally run a full family. Like you could run Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, and Venusaur. Yo, I should actually do that sometime. That would actually be funny. Yeah, I should definitely do that sometime. Because I do have an XL Bulbasaur built. And I'm pretty sure I have Ivysaur built. And if I don't, I could have one built. That'd be so... Well, technically I did do that before. I just realized I have a video on my channel where I did that with the Alolan Geodude, Alolan Graveler, and Alolan Golem in the Kanto Cup. Wow, I already did that, actually. I've done it all. Yeah, I know, right? It was a while ago, though, because I stopped making content for Go for like a bit when I was taking a break from playing Go Battle League. But it was a pretty spicy line. I didn't expect it to do good, because it's like, I mean, Kanto Cup was kind of interesting. There's like some fighters in it, but it's not. It's like Machamp and Hitmonchan, and some teams don't have either of them. So having like all the Volt Switch was like kind of insane. I think there was, if I remember correctly, there's even battles where I faced like stuff like even Nidoqueen, and I was like somehow able to beat them just by like overbearing them with like rock moves. Even though they're like neutral, it's just like, I don't know. It's been a while. I just remember I posted it for a reason. I was like blown away. I think I might have even gotten a 5-0 with the team. That's probably what I posted. But anyone who ran like Lapras or Dugong at the time and ran into my team, they probably just felt like they got algorithmed so hard. Because I was just memeing, you know, I didn't care if I won. But sometimes you run a team like that, just no hopes of doing good. You just want to like maybe get in some quick, easy battles or, you know, have fun with it. And then you end up just like wrecking someone because you just hard counter everything they have. It's so funny how that just happens so much. And that's one of the things about Go Battle League. I love playing the game that way. It's so much more fun when you, like, you know, I'll play the same team like 20 times in a row. Like, I don't really feel any different. But when I face a team that is so memorable, like they're just running a pick that I'm like, whoa, what is that? Like, what? Or if I lose to it too, like, it hurts, you know? You know, I'd be thinking about that thing late at night, like, how did they do this? How did they? How and why? Yeah, it's like Drunken Master stuff. The Drunken Tapster. Alright, so we got 20 minutes left on our Ghost Sandwich. We got our Phantump Shiny, we got a Pawniard Shiny, and I'm trying to finish up the sandwich getting a second Phantump if we can. But this will be the final sandwich of the stream. Hopefully I can... Seems a lot of Duskull spawning right now. But it is nighttime. Sure, that's not doing me any favors here. I mean, I guess we could get a random Ghost Shiny. Something that's not even Phantump. Just let the bug come out. Bluey. So my team... Bluey was on my in-game team for the DLC playthrough, and pretty much all my Pokemon had a theme of having a Y, like EY or something at the end. It is kind of interesting how much the red leaves actually stuck out. I mean, if we accidentally found a Duskull or whatever, that one would be obvious. A lot of these ghost Pokemon have cool shinies. I think it's fun just having little events like this, you know? It brings a little bit of replayability in the game. And I want to get these shinies regardless. I mean, I'm sure these won't be hard to get outside of this event, but a part of the event outside of the increase of ghost outbreaks in the game, which is just super fun. These Pokemon outbreaks have a higher chance of getting a specific mark on them called the crafty mark. Which, you know, I'm not particularly just hunting that at all right now, but if I got it, I'd be pretty hyped, because I'm sure it's not easy. But yeah, that's a goal for a lot of hunters this weekend or during this event, is to try to get crafty mark shinies of all of these. Which is a good goal, honestly, because trying to get that personality mark is actually very rare. I think it's in competition with, I can't remember the number, but it's like in the double digits. There's a lot of different variety, and it's on top of other marks on top of that, and it has to be a shiny. So pretty much the odds of getting these marks, I've never even, like, they're just very rare, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But during this event, if you're playing, you have higher odds of obtaining them. But they're still pretty rare within the event itself. But they're just more likely a lot of people will walk out of this event if they've hunted and put the time in and got their Pokemon. I doubt I'll find one with a crafty mark, is what I'm trying to say, I guess. Thank you, Teriyaki Dactyl. Happy Halloween to you as well. Hope it's full of candy and good times. Maybe get out and see some spooky things. I'm a giant French fry. Thank you. I actually did get one of the Phantumps. I got one Phantump, but I'm just finishing up the sandwich to see if I can get a second one. Thank you though, I really appreciate that. I'm really hyped I got the Poniard randomly. So now I'm just pretty much finishing up the sandwich, and then I'm gonna probably head off for the night myself. It's been tradition to do a Halloween stream. I've been kind of tired, like I'm not gonna lie, like the last 2 days from how much I've been working at my job, but I actually posted so much on my YouTube channel today. It's welcome. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's tradition to show up, and at least I'll have something to remember it by with these shiny Pokemon and all the great conversations that we've had. It's all the friends we've made along the way. I want to put on something spooky with my girlfriend and watch. I don't know, I always like watching Nightmare Before Christmas, but it's like the movie that you can watch pretty much every single day from Halloween till Christmas. You know what I mean? It's just one of those movies that you could watch at either holiday and it makes sense to watch it. It's genius, yo. It's a great story. I mean, it's an adaptation of a story if I'm not mistaken, but the stop motion film is just amazing. Like, just from like a filmmaking perspective and craftsmen, like how they built these puppets and such, it's really impressive. If some of you don't know, I actually do stop motion animation myself, so I have a great understanding of like how these films are done, like how they're made and produced. But yeah, Night Before Christmas is a classic. I feel like it's like one of the situations where I feel like most people love that film. If anything, it's more like people are like, there's like a image with like a stereotype of like a type of person that really likes Nightmare Before Christmas, or like like Hot Topic or whatever. Like, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Maybe I do. We don't need to talk about it. Anyways, that's what you get here, is rants about everything. Back in my day, we had to take a picture, look at the screen, take another picture, look at the screen. Imagine if there was like a Pokemon game that was like completely done in stop motion animation. Like all the animations were shot with like puppets, with like different angles of photography, and they made 3D models of them. And then like they scanned in the puppets or something, like the animation somehow, like that'd look wild, yeah. Stop motion Mega Banette would be sick. Yeah, like something like that already looks kind of like an inanimate object would be really cool. Like it's like based on something like that. Yo, thank you. Yeah, Night Before Christmas is a cool movie if you've never watched it before. When I saw it as a kid when I was really young, and I was like it kind of made me a little unnerved at times. But that's what's good about it, you know. It's a pretty creepy yet wholesome film. It's just like the right balance of it all. Like it's kind of like morbid in a way, with like the color, like just kind of like the color palette design of the entire film. Even just like the set design and characters are like more like edged, kind of like rough around the edges and jagged. Even like the like nice characters and such have like the same touch to them. It's really cool. Definitely like one of the coolest like Tim Burton projects. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff. Beetlejuice is pretty cool. I mean, I was just thinking of was it Alice in Wonderland, right? Didn't he like direct that? The new one, the live action one? I hate that ending. I don't know if that's a hot take, but I just don't like the ending of that film. What terror should you do for Mandibuzz? Ooh, Mandibuzz. That's interesting. That's a great question. I'm trying to think. Mandibuzz. Maybe like... Well, I imagine it would be best to go for a defensive Terra for something like Mandibuzz. And that's what I'm trying to think, like, what would be the best Terra type for something like Mandibuzz? Like, I guess my initial thought was something like ground, maybe? That way you can remove your rock and electric weakness. And it also will remove your fairy weakness as well. It becomes neutral. But you could also, if you suspect that you're like more inclined to get hit by something like Fluttermane with like Moonblast, you could go like Terra Steel, because that will also help you with the rock move and help you resist the fairy moves. So yeah, maybe one of those two. I was thinking maybe even like Rock Terra, but I'm like, that's maybe not the best decision. Maybe Steel or Ground. Steel might be better. Being able to resist a fairy attack might actually end up being more valuable than being immune to electric. Like, electric's not too common, I feel like. Aside, like, Iron Hands, but I would just, like, build a team that isn't weak to Iron Hands, then. If your team's really weak to Iron Hands, then maybe run the ground Terra Mandibuzz. It's really situational, I guess. It's, like, hard to just, like, I can give you, like, general, basic advice, like, very open-ended, where you can maybe come to a decision on your own, but it really does kind of come down to your team comp as well, how you want to build your Terra types. That's the main thing about it. But I like that you're thinking about using Mandibuzz. That's kind of spicy. Maybe that could be a good tailwind setter for your team. I'm trying to think what else Mandibuzz gets. Does it learn Taunt? I feel like maybe it can learn Taunt. Tailwind, Taunt. Maybe Foul Play would be a good move just to have for dealing damage. And then maybe Roost, so you can heal yourself up. That way you can be like a pretty good support Pokemon. You can set up Tailwind. You can still hit hard with Foul Play on certain Pokemon. Like say for example, like Garchomp is on the field. And it goes for a Sword Stance. And you use Foul Play into Garchomp. You might actually be able to just remove Garchomp from the field. Because Foul Play does damage based on the Pokemon's attack stat that it's actually attacking. So the higher the attack stat that its target is, it does more damage. So you don't even have to invest attack into the Mandibuzz at all. Alright, so I have like 7 minutes left on this sandwich. It's a pretty generic set, but it's good. I think it's like a pretty solid start. You can always like make adjustments, you know? Like that's the thing about working on your team too, is sometimes you might make slight move adjustments or like item changes. Maybe even realize like, oh, I'm getting hit too hard by special attacks. And then you want to maybe bulk out your Pokemon, invest in HP and special defense or something. Yo, what's up, Shion Max? Great to see you. Happy Halloween, welcome to the stream. But yeah, I mean, Pokemon's fun because there's a lot of different ways you can build your team. I mean, even though like genning can be a kind of annoying aspect of like, or like just like accessibility in Pokemon is probably a better way to frame it, because it's not necessarily just genning, it's actually just the way Pokemon is made. It makes it have like these kind of like ungodly grinds to get certain IV Pokemon, or like if there's like legendaries that you want, you have to like have all, like, I mean, I'm not gonna make the full argument because it doesn't matter. Like my point is, it does matter, but my point I'm trying to make is, at the end of the day, it's still just like, I don't know, I feel like it would be nice. Like, you can still play Pokemon without running the meta, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like, you can run good teams with Pokemon that are easily accessible within the game. Like, you don't have to run... Like, even Fluttermane is accessible in Scarlet and Violet, and it's, like, one of the best Pokemon that you could run. To this day, it's been... Ever since it's been allowed, it's been pretty much a top contender in every format. But, yeah, even if that's not your style, I think, like, I'm a Spice Lord. I like running Spice when I play VGC. There's stuff I can do, so, without running, like, Cresselia or whatever, things that are kind of annoying to get legitimately with the right IV spreads. So, fortunately, Pokemon is vastly enough that even like gimmicks can like find success. And if you're someone that's just playing in cart, you're not someone that's actually competing in regional tournaments, then even more power to you, because yo, you can straight up run the spiciest stuff on ladder. That's like the best place to be creative on Pokemon. Build the spiciest team and see if your opponent can predict what you're about to do to them. I used to run this set back in Sword and Shield with an Almastar team. I would D-max my Almastar, and I would lead Calyrex with Spectrier whenever they were allowed in the format together. And I would use... It was a special attacking Calyrex, but I was running it with double kick on it, and I was running Choice Scarf Calyrex, and I would run it right next to Almastar with weak armor and weakness policy, and I would... Every time I would get into a fight, people are looking at it like I'm leading Calyrex and Amistar. And if you know anything about like the Sword and Shield meta at the time, it's like no one ran Amistar. It was like never seen. But if you, this tech was just insane. And I could like one-shot pretty much so many things at the time with Amistar, like right from turn 1, if no one knew what I was gonna do, which no one ever knew. And that's why I loved running the team. So what I would do is turn 1, D-max Amistar, and I would go for the appropriate move into the Pokemon or whatever, like the water move, Meteor, like it would be Meteor Beam, Hydro Pump, and I think Blizzard were the moves. So all hard-hitting moves, but when you D-max, they translate just into the D-max versions, but since they're higher attack stat moves, they actually do higher damage. So the accuracy drop is lost in D-max entirely. So it's like they're just stronger versions of the D-max moves. And what Amistar's ability does, whenever you're hit by a physical move, your defense is dropped by 1 stage, but your speed is risen by 2 stages, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's 2 stages. So whenever it gets hit by double kick twice, it activates weak armor twice on Amistar, which is its ability. So it gets +4 speed turn 1. Granted with like -2 defense or whatever. But you're also in D-max form, which gives you an HP buff. And then pretty much I have weakness policy as well, which is an item. If I'm hit with a super effective move, then pretty much its attack stat and special attack stat are risen by 2 stages. I think it is. It's like giving a Sword Stance or Nasty Plot. And pretty much I was like turn 1 activating both things. So I'm at +2 special attack, I'm at +2 special attack, excuse me, I'm not saying it right. I was at +2 special attack and physical attack and +4 speed with Amistar. That's D-maxed. And if no one saw it coming, it just instantly removes something from the board turn 1. It was such a fun strategy to play. I even ran it in one of Wolf Glick's tournaments, where you were even allowed to run stuff like Xerneas, and I one-shot as Xerneas with Amistar. I have a video of it actually on one of my channels. It's pretty funny. But yeah, it's like stuff like that you can do in Pokemon. And like, anyone that knew what I was trying to do, you know, obviously saw it coming. But it's not even like a widely known strategy. That's the thing that's like so crazy about Pokemon, is that like that wasn't something that was like commonly done. It was like I did it myself. I don't think I've ever seen anyone run the same thing actually, ever. Like it was someone brought, like me and my friend pretty much theory crafted out one day, and it was like, it's not that it's like OP, it's just funny. Like it's one of those things that you run because it works a good bit of the time in a format where being unpredictable is actually giving you some sort of advantage in the game. So yeah, that's the whole thing about playing ladder for Pokemon, whether it be Go Battle League, VGC, singles. It's good to kind of be creative with, but you still have to like make sense with what you're trying to do, which will come with winning and losing matches. Probably losing a lot of matches, honestly, at first. If you feel like you're losing a lot when you're battling in Pokemon, don't feel bad. I mean, that's how it is. I mean, even I, who's played Pokemon for so long, I still go on lose streaks, and it's just part of playing a game like this. Sometimes it's due to maybe not knowing what the opponent's going to do, maybe making a misplay, or just in general, could even just be RNG, like something completely out of your control. But that's the sandwich, ladies and gentlemen, and I don't see any extra shiny Phantump here, but I am very happy to get my shiny Phantump here. I'm gonna actually real quick nickname it Halloween or something similar. Let's take a peek at it. So it's a male. Let's name this Jack, since we were talking about Nightmare Before Christmas, and it is Halloween. So we'll name our male Phantump Jack. Very happy to get this day on stream. It didn't have a mark on it, but that's okay. We also got ourselves a Poniard shiny that was random, which was a surprise nonetheless. But a very cool shiny to find just spontaneously in our hunt. Thanks for tuning in today's stream, ladies and gentlemen. With that being said, the Sass Squad is getting stronger each and every day. Have a good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you're tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one. Happy Halloween, and I hope you all have yourselves the best spooky season, and enjoy some candy and pumpkin pie. Take care.